Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Cutter, and we're back with some more Football Manager 2017. And the last match, we were winning most of the way through, 1-0, but in the last couple minutes, we gave up a goal and it turned into a draw, a match that we very easily could have won. And this is kind of a string of disappointments lately. We lost a match and drew a match against two teams that we were predicted to defeat. This match, the last one, was against a tough opponent, an opponent that is actually above us in the ranking right now. And, a draw is acceptable with a tougher opponent like that. But again, it was a match we very easily could have won. So, as I said, a little bit disappointing lately, but hopefully we can turn that around. Now, our next opponent is ranked 23rd right now, and they were predicted to finish in 13th. The media predicted them to finish in 13th. Now, that prediction is a ranking that would be above where we were predicted to finish, but currently right now we're doing much better than is predicted, as we are ranked 5th, but these guys are ranked all the way down in 23rd and have been having a rough time. So hopefully this is a match we can win, and hopefully Hall will be able to play a full game here. We're not sure, actually, but we'll see. Let's see what's in the inbox here. So this is a roundup of the matches that happened. It looks like most everybody has played 13 matches now, so our current standings are, well, actually, no, there's one team, possibly another one that have only played, here, Sheffield United, and this team here have only played 12 matches, so they'll be probably playing each other soon. Now, there are a couple things I want to check up on before we progress over to our next match, and the main thing I want to check up on is our corners and how we're taking them. So right now, we've been running the 5-4-1 setup rather than our other setup. Oh, we are on standard? That's not right. Should be counter. Huh. All right, well, I don't know why that was on standard. It should have been counter. Hopefully that is correct now. And we're not running this newer strategy yet, the 4-4-2, because Hall is not yet fully healthy to play a full match. So if we get a fitness report back from him that says he's cleared for a full match, then I might switch the strategy. But for now, we'll just focus on this one. And the one thing I want to check on is our corners and making sure that they're how I want them to be, especially on attack. I think I did change this in the match, but when you change things like this in the match, it's not going to save them. So we're going to have to fix it. So I'm going to bring my striker in here, and also, matter of fact, let's bring the striker over closer to the ball. And one of my midfielders in here. And then there, we're stacked the box there. And you can be back here instead. So this is going to be our new setup with 3 defenders back in case the ball gets deflected out and cleared. We can have 3 defenders back to get it and then resume the attack. Okay, let's go ahead and check on the left now. So striker in the box, and then put you in there, and you're already where you need to be, so we're pretty good there. And we'll bring the defender back as well. Okay, well, I'm happier with that setup, and defense should already be all right. Now, I do want to just check so that we don't fall into this problem. If we go back over to the tactics, there we go, and we switch over to the other strategy here, are the corners good there? They look like they're okay. I think I had already set it up. Actually, I don't know if it matters which one you are selected under, but I just wanted to make sure. So let's go back to tactics, and we're going to be on 5-4-1 for the meantime, again, until we find out if Rob Hall is ready for action. All right, so let's go ahead and continue now that we've made our changes that should help us. Okay. Okay, so Bradford City is our opponent. Oh, actually, no, this is our previous match summary. So it was 1-1. We controlled the possession game, and we had a lot of shots on target. Just none of them went in. They had very few, but they got a lucky one in there, and unfortunately tied up the game. So We need to, as a team, make these shots on target count more, because that's been a real problem for our team is finishing. We get there, we get good shots, and they're just not going in. All right, let's go ahead and continue here. Now, I think we do get a report here of the injuries of our next opponent. So they have one person out for sure with a major injury and then 3 players doubtful. So it's more than we have injured right now. So we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, so an under 23s match. That's fine. Okay, the Coventry scouting report. So they run a 4-4-2 setup, and they are really good with crossing. So we have to keep that in mind. And okay, so their leading goal scorer only has 3 goals, which is, not really all that highly ranked. I think our lead scorer has 9 goals, just to put that in perspective. And they've only won 29% of their matches. Okay. And I did want to read this really quick. So defensive setup, and that's already what we have, so that should be good. And then pre-match analysis, they had a draw in their last match, and it does look like they did a pretty good job with possession, though. Shots on target, though, not so much. And it looks like they may, I don't know. All right, well, let's go ahead and continue here. And we're right before, okay, pre-match advice. They want us to switch tactics. They want us to have more people on attack duty. They want me to replace Charlie Raglan, one of our better players, with Aaron Martin, somebody who has practically no match sharpness. No. They want me to switch from counter to control. Last time I did that, we lost. Well, we drew rather than win. So I'm not sure I'm going to do that. Team shape is flexible versus, and they want me to turn it to structured. I actually didn't know we were on flexible. I might want to switch that. They want me to do stick to positions. And then they're telling me to do a bunch of things that I think, already telling them to do. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at tactics here after that. Chance of walking away with something against slight favorites, Coventry. So Coventry is listed as slight favorites, even though they're not really doing particularly well this season. Okay. Okay, so they are being questioned about us. So I don't know if we have a rivalry here. All right, so he's actually praising us. So that's good. I mean, that means we don't have to deal with any smack talk back and forth. All right, tactics. So I am telling them to get stuck in. I am telling them to do all these things. So those are all things I'm already telling them to do. But the one thing we can change is go from flexible to structured. I honestly think with this setup, flexible is okay because we have more defenders on the field. And it would be actually helpful if they did other things outside of just be on defense. So as much as they're telling me to go structured, I think flexible is the way I'm going to go. And this strategy has been successful so far. So we're going to continue with it. And the one thing I didn't really check was my training and whether or not I needed to change it up. So we're here. Okay, so we're going to have another match soon, so I'm fine with having the day of rest. But probably I'm going to want to turn that off after the Port Vale match because we're going to have like practically a whole week off over here to get plenty of rest, although we're going to have some matches on top of each other here soon. All right, in any case, let's go ahead and continue. All right, I read it briefly. I skimmed it. I really want to talk to you, but all right. I think it's difficult not to think that really. This does feel a bit like he's giving us a bit of a pat on the head. Other focus on what? Yeah, I think he's being genuine. It seemed like another question popped up there. I don't know if I clicked on the answer there on accident. Oh, well. We'll find out about it. Okay. Yeah, and I think that one loss was technically not in our league, so technically we were unbeaten for the last 5 matches. Okay, the draw for the English is made today. 82 teams will be okay. Let's continue. Okay, so Oxford against, I don't know who these guys are. They're Skybet League 2, so they're below us. So that should actually be a good matchup for us. They're our home team, though, so that gives them a little bit of advantage. Especially poor of late. A bumper crowd is expected for what will undoubtedly be a fascinating and hard-fought tie. Oh, well, okay. And they're 15th in the lower league, too. I think there's 24 teams in that league, just like there is in ours. All right, well, let's go ahead and continue here. We should be on the match day here pretty soon. And that 1 week that we have off might not actually be a week off because, oh, when is that? Yeah, Cup first round. So if we look in training, back into the team. Yeah, so that previous week where it looked like we had a week off, there's a match. So, all right. Well, in any case, let's go to the inbox. Check trade trophy update. That's fine. Evening preview. I'm waiting for what I really want to hear is the fitness report on Hall, which we usually get right before. I'm just wanted to report that Joseph Hartley has sustained a chest injury during weight sessions and training. Okay, well, that's one of the 18 and younger, I think. Yeah, under 18s. So I don't care. Do whatever you think is best. Match preview. So we're not getting anything about Hall? No update at all? Huh. So that must mean that we're good to go with our other strategy. So let me switch that up then. Because I want to try it out. And we want our A selection. And I think we already made all of our things. So I didn't get a fitness report that said he couldn't play a full match. So in my opinion, that means I can play him a full match. So let's see what we got here. I should have the full boat of typical subs, which it appears that we do. So we're going to be doing this strategy. So this is more of an attacking strategy rather than a defensive strategy against this team, which I'm not sure if it will work. We'll have to see, but I'd like to try out this new strategy to see if it's any good. We're playing out defense. We're working the ball in the box. We're dribbling less. We're doing shorter passes. And honestly, I'm thinking about turning off some of these because from what I saw with our play with the other strategy where I did not have these things selected, I feel like that the maybe previous passing game that we went for is maybe not the right call. I don't know. We'll see. I'll try this. We'll see how it works. But all right, so that's going to be it. Let's go on to the team selection here. So we're good to go there. So we're going to submit the team. And we can always switch over to the defensive setup if we want to. The way I have things now, it's pretty easy to do that. Yeah, I know he's lacking in match sharpness, but the one way to get it is to get him into matches. So there we go. So there's a lot of unknowns with this match. This is a new strategy. They're predicting a draw here. And we're playing a player that doesn't have great match sharpness, but Okay, assistant take care of that. They're running their 4-4-2 setup. We're running our 4-4-2 setup. Go on to the instructions, apply whatever advice. So let's take a look at their striker. Okay, so we don't have a good scout report of him. But I'm not seeing anything that labels him as super dangerous as far as foot speed, which has been a previous kind of weak spot for our team. This guy may be a little bit more dangerous. Okay, well, we're playing them a little, always, and tight marking and everything. I don't know if that's the right call with somebody that has a lot of foot speed, but all right, let's continue the pep talk. We need to straight up encourage them. Let's see. All right, show me what you can do. I'll just fire them up a little bit and start the match. All right, here we go. Oh, immediately ignoring the one strategy of not doing long passes. I mean, that was an interesting attack. It just kind of fell apart quickly. Okay. Wow, Edwards picks up a yellow card already, so that's going to give him a suspension. Okay, we have a throw-in to Edwards. He's going to pass it to Johnson. Johnson has a good shot opportunity, but unfortunately, it goes wide. Okay, we're going to get a free kick. Okay, they are on the attack. We get a nice tackle there, but they manage to recover. A pass over to the corner. We know they're good on crossing, although that was a lucky thing for them to have happen. We don't manage to. All right, so Scars picks up a foul there, unfortunately, and it's pretty close. Hopefully we can do something here. He managed to clear it, but it's going to go right to him. So he's going to be able to cross it, but unfortunately off target for him. All right. Okay. I haven't seen anything that really scares me. I mean, that was a laser beam of a shot, but I also haven't seen anything good either from our team. Okay, one of their players gets a yellow card. We've got a free kick close in, and it goes in. McGuire just powers that past the goalie. Good play from him. I'm very pleased. All right, well, there we go. We get the match going in our direction. Yep. Just perfect accuracy there. It was just a matter of time, I think, for him to get one of those in. Ooh. That was a good chance. I mean, it was a long range, but I think the angle of it, if it had been a little bit more accurate, could have been dangerous. Yeah, we are not quite controlling possession here. Matter of fact, I'm tempted after the half to switch for our defensive setup. But you know what? Let's not do that too soon. Okay. That wasn't the worst first half we've seen. Just tell the team that there's room for improvement. So I'll say calmly. Yeah, you played well so far, but there's still room for improvement. Let's get them out there and start the second half. I don't think we're going to make any changes yet. Now, I haven't really seen an attack here yet from our team. Mostly we just got a good play from a free kick. Good defense there. Clear it nicely. I don't think Hemmings is going to get to it, but Maguire has a chance here. Okay, so that play didn't make anything happen there. Our players are running pretty tired here. Got a chance for Johnson, who should cross to Maguire and gets another goal for us. For a second, I thought that was going to go to Hemmings, but it was actually a pass from Maguire, who was rushing ahead. And, hey, probably the goalie was just as fooled as I was with that one. Because his pass, it looked like it was going for Hemmings. But for whatever reason, Hemmings didn't do anything with it, but Maguire managed to get there and just power it in. All right, so Lundstrom is really tired here. And I'm tempted to do a sub here. I'm going to let this play go, but after this play, I might sub him out. Good play by Ledson, but eventually McCann manages to steal it away. Got a good defensive play there by, I think, Lundstrom, which is one of the reasons why I want to keep him in as much as I can. Okay, a little bit, this is a very physical game. A lot of tackling. Oh no, this is dangerous. Thankfully, Eastwood gets a hand on it. All right, I think it's time to change our tactics up here a little bit. So, Lundstrom is tired. And I'd like to get some good fresh legs here, but I'd also like to change to our defensive setup. And I'm trying to think, where can we put Maguire if we do that? See, that's the tough thing, making that change. It's easier if we're not replacing Lundstrom. It's easier if we replace somebody like Maguire or Johnson, and unfortunately none of them are tired, so it's harder for me to make that change. I mean, we could always put Maguire in somewhere he's not really comfortable, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We've got Johnson really not comfortable there, really not comfortable there. I think what we have is just have Lundstrom come out and we get some fresh legs here. And then I'll make the changes that we need. So we're going to have Sercombe come in. We're going to change his role to a center midfielder and on the attack. And we can probably have Maguire. Oh, they're both equally good on attack, huh? Okay, we'll do that change for now, but I would like to change to the defensive setup here soon. Probably, as I said, when Maguire or Johnson or Hall gets tired, we'll make that change. That looked dangerous, but we managed to pop it out. And nothing doing on that. All right, so I'm going to have a throw in here. Ooh. Again, this McCann guy is pretty darn good. He's been winning a lot of balls for them. Okay, Hall has it. Gets to Johnson. Back to Hall, to Sercombe, to Hemmings, to Sercombe. It was, maybe a little bit rushed to Shizen there, but, he had an opening, so it unfortunately was not on target. Okay, another yellow card for the opposition. What is the opposition up to? I don't think they made any subs. They're still running their 4-4-2 setup. Okay, that's fine with me. Let's just get back on the field, I guess. Ledson is getting tired, but yet again, replacing Ledson doesn't really help me as far as everything goes. I might have it play out a little bit longer here. At least get to the 60-minute mark. Okay, a yellow card for Ledson. Now we're having subs. Let's see what the opposition's up to now. They're still running 4-4-2. But we just had 2 subs, so let's go ahead and apply advice here. So we're changing some things up. And confirm that change. It's going to make us wait a little bit longer for subs. Okay. We're going to have a kick here. And I might replace McGuire, even though he's having a fantastic game. Well, out of my own curiosity, if I put him over in Ledson's spot, just temporarily, is there something I could set him up that he's better at? Not really. And then, all right, well, first things first. Let us switch to our 5-4-1. Okay. So Hall comes back here. And then Hall can play. I mean, it's really Hall we'd want to replace, but the problem is Hall is not tired at all. Right? 76. And neither is Johnson tired. So let's say we did that. And McGuire would be the guy we'd sub. But instead we have Ledson be the guy we sub. And then you're going to be advanced playmaker. Oh, wow. He's terrible in this position on support. Yeah, he sucks. So, I mean, there's no reason I should play him there. This is not an easy change. Not at all. Because Hall is just not comfortable in this position. All right. Let's cancel. Let's try this again. All right, maybe we just stick with this this strategy here, and instead we just make the obvious subs. So I'm gonna get Crowley in, and Crowley is fine in this position, and I think that's where we're gonna keep him. And anyone else need subbing? Not that I can see. So we'll get fresh legs in our midfield, which I think is probably going to be good because we have to fight that McCann guy, which I don't know if he's still in, but we can find out. All right, let's go ahead and play. All right. We managed to knock that forward, but nobody's there to get it. Lift it up. We should get this easily. To Johnson. Johnson possibly to Hall. No. Hemmings has it. Gets it to McGuire. McGuire's open. Gets a shot off. Deflected by the goalie. All right. We're going to have our substitution come in now. All right. Deflected, but Johnson should be able to get to it. And then that's going to be a throw in. So we're still threatening here. 61 minutes to go. Lift it up. Nobody gets to it, unfortunately. So we're going to have to run back for it. I did want to check. Is McCann still in here? Opposition. Yeah, McCann is still playing out there. That's probably why we're tackling him hard, because he's a very physical player with a lot of foot speed. So, all right, let's go back to the field. Johnson doesn't have anything going. Over to Crowley. Bad pass, but we're able to recover. Interestingly enough, they still have the possession game in hand. Probably that McCann guy has been really disrupting our play. Hall has it, but he just passes it to Johnson. Over to McGuire. McGuire gets another shot, just doesn't have enough on it. All right, so far so good. McGuire is getting tired. They make their third sub. Let's take a look at their strategy. They're still going there. Yeah, McCann's still out there, and he will be out there. So let's take a look at our tactics. So Maguire's getting tired, but he's having such a fantastic game. I don't want to take him out just yet. I think what we'll do is we'll keep him in until, let's say, the 65-minute mark. I mean, he is getting tired, but I think we're doing okay. So let's just go back to the field here. Okay, we've got a free kick here. Another attempt by Maguire, this time not on target, but we are out shooting our opponent. Although their accuracy is better than ours. Ooh, McCann gets a yellow card. So that's the guy that we've really been fighting here. Ooh, a lot more time has gone by than I would have liked. Let's go ahead and do our sub here. So we're going to have Maguire come out. He's pretty tired. And we're going to have McDonald come in. And McDonald, is that position you're comfortable with? You're much more comfortable on support. So we'll do that. And Crowley, we could switch him to attack because he's just as comfortable in that position. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll have 4 attackers, 2 support. And, I mean, that's probably, we're technically winning. We might not need to make that change. But, hey, if we can keep the pressure on, that's fine for me. And let's go out there. All right, so we managed to knock it away here. Hemmings tries for it, but doesn't manage to quite get to it. Okay, nice play there by Sercombe, who we're just going to slow play it at this point. Good call. Lift it over. Hemmings is probably not going to be able to get to it, although he did try. Okay, we win that ball, but they managed to get the possession. And then they just knock it forward. Nothing happened on that play. We're going to pass it forward to Hemmings. Hemmings doesn't quite get to it, but Sercombe's going to get it over to Crowley. And then pass it back to Edwards. We're just going to pass it around a little bit. Okay, there comes in McDonald. Our players are rather tired. But at this point, it's looking likely we'll end up with a win. They get another yellow card on their end. We got a throw in on the attacking side. Gets it into Edwards. Edwards passes it back to McDonald. McDonald crosses it in. Good chance there. Unfortunately, they managed to successfully clear it and have a running play going here. Although things are getting a little slowed down at this point. Edwards managed to get a nice booming clear in there. Hemmings, ooh, no. That was offside, though, thankfully. I thought he was offside. That was a late call. Okay, we've got another attack going here. Lift it over to Hemmings. Hemmings should get to it, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do much with it. And that's the end of the match. So, a successful return. And the strategy that we implemented seemed to work okay. So, yeah, we need to definitely tell these guys that they did a good job, because they definitely did. And morale is quite good at this point. Let's go ahead and go to the post-match analysis. So this was expected to be a draw, and we just had some really good plays there. As much as they managed to win the possession game, we were able to much more effectively attack on their end. And it seemed to me like we were attacking often. They might have had the possession, but we were seemingly attacking quite a lot there, especially at the end of the game. Okay. And as a matter of fact, didn't he get 2 goals? Yep. He got both of our goals, so fantastic play from Maguire. And we're now ranked 2nd, although I don't think everybody has had their match yet. Sheffield United might change standings a little bit, but I don't know if they will displace us. Because I think we have, well, if they get a win, wouldn't they get 3 points? And that would bring them, they'd be right here in third. And, yeah, nice win. And as a matter of fact, this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.